Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you guys an update to my Dimensional Robo deck profile for March 2014. With the recent release of the trial deck, this deck pretty much got revamped. Has a lot more support trigger-wise, grade-wise for 10k attackers. They got their break ride. So the deck has become a lot more competitive, so I'll go ahead and give you guys the deck profile. So let's go ahead and get started. Pretty much your starter remains the same, Dimensional Robo Goyusha. This guy pretty much provides superior rides guaranteed almost every game. You just need a grade 2 Dimensional Robo Vanguard and 4 Dimensional Robo Rearguards. Put them in the soul, search your deck for a grade 3 Dimensional Robo. So you can instantly get your break ride or whatever the situation calls for. So it's very good. For trigger count, we now have the 4 Dimensional Robo Draw Trigger, Die Crane, the 4 Heal Triggers, Gore Rescue, and I am also running 4 Die Battles, the other crit, and 4 Justice Cobalt, just because I feel stand triggers in Dimensional Robo decks don't really mix too well. They mixed well in decks that run Miracle Beauty, but this deck is all pressure with the Vanguard, which is why you want to stick with 8 crits. For grade 1s, I run 2 Die Tiger. I am probably going to rechange this deck a lot after Reverse Dyusha comes out, including running more Die Tiger. But like I said, this deck mostly focuses on the Vanguard getting off hits, not too many rearguard attacks, which is why I only run 2 Die Tigers at the moment. I also run 4 Die Brave. I really like this card, especially with the Superior Ride effect, to get her into the soul. To use her skill, you can Soul Blast her to have your Vanguard gain the effect when the attack hits the Vanguard. Counter Blast 1. If you do, draw a card. It's a really nice card. Pretty much I can draw with little to no minus. I can even use it if I ride this card turn 1 as my grade 1 and Soul Blast it later on that way. Just a lot of different options with this card, which is why you got to run 4. I also run 4 Dyelander. Pretty much I like this card. It just gives that extra boost to the, if this card itself boosts the Vanguard, you can also provide an additional +4, so it's an entire 10k attack for the turn. I prefer this. I do not run Dymariner at the moment. I really feel there's no reason to, because Dymariner only gives the +3, while Dyelander gives the +4, which is much necessary for just 1 counterblast. So, yeah, that's pretty much my opinion on that. I also run 4 the Perfect Guard, Diamond Ace. We will be getting Die Shield soon, the Dimensional Robo Perfect Guard. But until then, we'll have to make do for Diamond Ace, which is really not too bad, because the only non-Dimensional Robo cards I run in this deck are Diamond Ace and the 1 critical trigger, Justice Cobalt. For grade 2s, I run 4 Die Dragon. Pretty standard, he's your 12k. For the 10k, Die Fighter. Like I said, we finally got Dimensional Robo 10k, which is really nice. Our last one, Twin Order, was not a Dimensional Robo, so it did cause a little trouble with the Superior Ride. And 3 Die Driller. Just another Dimensional Robo, grade 2. He's a grade 2 Dyelander. Like running 3, I did have 4 at the moment, but swapped it for an additional Die Fighter. It was just more consistent in my opinion. And for grade 3s, we're running 4 the Break Ride. Die Kaiser, pretty much when a Dimensional Police rides this unit, you may pay the Goss, which is 1 counterblast. If you do, choose a Vanguard until the end of the turn. It gets plus 10,000 and extra critical. And when it attacks, during the drive check, if it reveals a grade 3, you can retire one of your opponent's units from the Guardian Circle. So you could pretty much take away a Perfect Guard if this attack goes off successfully and mess up their whole strategy, because though you'll be dealing 2 crit damage, or if you're using Great Dyusha, possibly 3 crit damage, which is something that's going to make your opponent use 2 Perfect Guards just to make sure that attack hopefully doesn't hit. And the final card that I run 4 Great Dyusha. I like having 11k bases in the deck. Great Dyusha, when you break ride it, like I said, you could be sitting at a heavy 3 triggers, and your opponent's really going to have to guard. Because even with 1 Perfect Guard, with Die Kaiser's Break Ride, that sometimes might not be enough. Because if you drive check that grade 3, you could kiss that Perfect Guard goodbye. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and Kira Qualia.